exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis, a dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at tokenmetrics.com.
All live. This is the market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by tokenmetrics.com and Astrobot Society. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. If you want a lifetime subscription, check out Astrobot Society by Token Metrics at OpenSea. Make sure you get the one that has 31 ETH in volume. If you like today's content, please smash the like button. And this is more important now than ever, turn on alerts so you know when we're going live in these volatile markets. All right, let's take a look and look at who's on the stream. Kumar, LFG, first on the stream. Welcome. Ace Crypto from Kuwait. Hello. Right. Rugby Performance Labs likes our show. We appreciate that. Okay. We have, we have somebody from NL. We appreciate that too. We have Orlando, Joseph from California, right? Augusta, Georgia. Welcome. HP Supreme Crypto from New York. Bitcoin Bears going after Ethereum. Yes. Love from Kuwait. Great Thursday, Bill. How are you? I'm doing well. I'd be doing better if ETH was higher, but we'll talk about that. All right. Somebody's been looking forward to this all day. Well, I'm glad. We definitely wanted to get live as soon as possible on ETH Merge Day, right? We have Minnesota here, right? Wolf Stigma says, I'm finally in from the beginning. Top Recruits giving me some notorious love from California. Portugal is here. Okay. Somebody says, hey, Astrobots Unite from the UK. Yes, some really good alpha for the Astrobot Society holders is coming very soon. Now, Andre thinks 1929 has arrived. Okay, that's definitely an interesting conclusion. A better shot. I got 2 Astrobots. Okay, well, good for you. Definitely, we appreciate your business. You know, the cheaper ETH gets, okay, it's still not too late to get in on OpenSea. We'll go in over after that. Okay, Bill, when will our Astrobot allow us to log in to the Token Metrics site? That will be after the reveal, which, as I understand it, occurs today or tomorrow. So and I also have been told that if you've got more than one Astrobot in your wallet, the site will read the highest level Astrobot that you have in order to log you in. Portola Valley, California is here. Welcome. Right. Okay. Somebody says, thank you for being on time. You're welcome. Auburn University is here. Right. SKT Khan from Leeds, England. We appreciate you. Cameroon. Right. We have people coming in from the Middle East, Michigan, Atlanta. Right. Giving me a shout out. Appreciate that. Australia. Good day. Morocco. Right. Kim Craig is looking forward to the reveal. Okay. New York City is here. When Astrobots at 100 ETH. Okay. Well, Astrobots at 100 ETH will be when Astrobot holders are really happy with the content that they're getting. Astronomy's let's go. Okay. We have YouTube here. Okay. Astrobot link not working for me. All right. Well, the guys in the Discord and at Astrobot Society on Twitter particularly the Discord, will help you. BK Crypto, right? Chat crew is here. Crypto Technology. Boss Nova, a regular. Okay. All right. What do we got? East Coast, Maryland, Kim Craig scooping up ETH and DOT, right? We have Slovakia, right? California, DC, right? Let's see. We have Belgium. Our friends in Europe are here, right? Somebody's like, Merge gonna wreck ETH. Okay. Ian Bellina does a lot to service our VIP and private client groups. Okay. And then somebody said, did anybody getting Merge tokens? Okay. So just confirming for Astrobot holders, they won't have access to the platform until after the reveal. Okay. So they got to do the reveal. And that is, that's NFT related stuff. And I'm sure they will help you get to that. Okay. Let's get to the news. All right. Now, the Ethereum merge is done. I actually stayed up really late to make sure to see Vitalik's text that it went through. Now, Ethereum should now consume 99% less energy. I'm sure miners are delighted about that, but I don't really feel sorry for the miners based on, what we paid for gas all through the DeFi boom, right? I'm also being told by our Astrobot Society guys that the reveal is tomorrow, right? So the reveal is Friday, September 16th. Okay. Ethereum developers say the upgrade will make the network more secure and scalable. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, Bill, that's nice. So why is ETH down 10% today? Well, as I've said frequently with these moves, the first reaction off of a big event is often wrong. Okay. Now, if it's down 10% and it winds up being a lousy September, I have news for you. That actually could imply a positive October and November. I kind of thought they were going to do all of the upside off the merge, but maybe that's not the way it is. So it's either bullish now or bullish later. We just have to let them get this out of their system. Okay. Ethereum community wastes no time minting proof of stake NFTs right after the merge. Okay. Someone paid 36 ETH in gas to mint the first NFT off proof of stake. Wow, 36 ETH in gas. Somebody email that guy the link to Astrobot Society, right? We can offer more value, but I understand the collectability of what he was buying. Okay. Coinbase now lets users check which politicians are crypto friendly. With midterm elections around the corner, Coinbase is rolling out an in-app tool to help users see which candidate is pro-crypto. Interesting. So this serves two functions, right? They're going to measure how members of Congress are on crypto, whether they're positive or negative. So it's kind of funny if one guy is holding crypto but talking negative about it, right? And it's also going to empower people who are in crypto to figure out who to vote for. I mean, I can tell you right now, I vote for the crypto party, right? Anybody who's pro-crypto gets my vote. MicroStrategy plans to increase Bitcoin holdings by selling Class A shares worth $500 million. So Michael Saylor survived what he perceives as the worst of it, right? And he's now willing to basically sell more stock in MicroStrategy in order to buy more Bitcoin. Now, I think for Mike's sake, honestly, that he's hoping that September is the negative month and that October and November is like the dawn of crypto as legacy sort of cracks. That's the bet that Mike is making. He's making the bet of Hoover in September for the rally in October. Now, of course, what frankly sucks for me is that when I woke up and I see this thing down 10%, I obviously had way too much company on this idea that the ETH merge was going to come and that everybody was going to be off to the races after that, right? On this idea that inflation was bad, we knew that, and the Fed was going to fire the final huge bazooka rate hike in September. It may not be the final rate hike, but I thought people wouldn't trade off old news. They'd trade on the future, but maybe the market's not ready for that yet. Maybe they're not. So we're going to go over ETH support levels, right? And I'm like, all right, well, if I'm wrong about this, how can we make money on it? Right now, just to tease it, the good news is some of the ETH that I have, I put into a small cap pick that I'm working on. I'm continuing to research that will be revealed in the AstraBot Discord. All right. So that is your news for today. That is your news for today. All right. All right. So American Dream is saying we got 170 people on the stream and only 40 likes. So obviously, if you're watching this after the fact, please hit the like button. This is the historic ETH merge market update, right? I hope this market update lives for a long time. Now, let's go and switch into the PowerPoint. Okay. So again, we're still looking at AstraBot Society. The AstraBot Society floor price is about 0.6 ETH. You could have bought it for 0.4 ETH, but if ETH continues to get smacked, it's the same dollar amount. So the floor price is holding, right? But if the currency gives you the opportunity to get in, yeah, you can't get in at, super low prices like you could have, during the mint and direct public sale. That's not too late. So let's talk about the October surprise. So let's just say that we don't get the upside that I thought we were going to get in September, right? I mean, the first move is always wrong, but the market is the ultimate judge, right? I got a little too dogmatic over September. So today is humbling, but I'm still not giving up on the upside in crypto. We're either going to have a monster 10 days up in September, or if it slumps or goes sideways, then I think that portends an epic Q4 up. So I think crypto's either going up now sharply, or it's going to be a trend in Q4. We'll see. Okay, so here's how I'm drawing it. This was my accumulation cone. Basically, I thought it was super bullish and it's going to lead to a parabolic. I thought it was now. We'll see what the market does. 62% of the rally up in ETH, right, from July 11th to August 15th is at 1,400. So as I've been saying, if someone wants to sell you Ethereum at the 2017 high, I failed to see how that's not a good idea. I'm going to buy ETH at 1,400, right? I bought ETH this morning, right? I moved that to a DEX to buy some other stuff, and I'm just going to buy outright spot ETH, right, at 1,400. And if they kill it, great. We'll see in October. Seriously. I mean, I'm either going to get a lot of gratification now, and if I don't get a lot of gratification now, it's going to be an epic Q4. There'll be, rallies in October, November, and December. Like that's how I'm doing the Gann crystal ball. So I don't mind if I wind up being wrong about a mega September, although, I'm definitely not giving up on crypto or Ethereum, right? So let's talk about something else that's a little bit funny in a minute. So 19,021, like if they unwound the whole big up move in Bitcoin and everyone kind of panics, I think that's going to be a great level. Honestly, I think 19K is where the support's going to be. Now, where is ETH if Bitcoin's at 19K? Well, I don't know. But again, if September is not, if it turns out to be Rectember, then I think October is going to be the big up month. We'll see. Okay. But support in ETH at 1,400, support in Bitcoin at 19K. Now, let's just go to some on-chain data. Funding rates in ETH have been massively negative, right? Everyone was hedging for a disastrous merge. and the merge was anything but a disaster. Now, people are selling ETH, angry miners, who knows? Or people like me, I just had too much company. People were assuming that if the ETH merge came out okay, that ETH would be off to the races, but the macro environment, the inflation worries, the stuff about the Fed, if everybody was the same way, then everyone dumped it. Now, I continue to believe miners are capitulating. So miners must be worried about their cost of production. They may be worried about the price of power going forward, and they are unloading on Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin has not been able to rally. It's the miners. Now, miner selling was what ended the 2018 bear market. So will miners break it at 20K? I don't think so, because I'll tell you why. Because Sailor's coming, and funding rates in Bitcoin have gotten negative. So all of a sudden, everybody's gone from being bullish to bearish Bitcoin, right? And then let me switch over to this. Long-term hodlers who puked on the first leg down, right? They puked on the first leg down in July off Celsius, but they're back now. They're buying heavy. If you look at this arrow in the right-hand corner, this very much looks reminiscent of COVID, where they all puked on COVID and then came back strong over the next, say, 4 months. So miners are panicking about electricity prices, and they're selling Bitcoin to long-term hodlers. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin Z-score from Glassnode, which everybody was talking about back in the summer, the 7-day moving average is still in the buy zone, right? And that's where it was in 2018. Admittedly, it took a long time for Bitcoin to hang out, but Bitcoin didn't go lower once this thing got in the green zone. And once it came out of the green zone, Bitcoin started doing better. So I don't like talking about things when everyone's talking about them. I like them when no one's talking about it. So there are all these like on-chain and basic common sense things that would indicate it's like, all right, ETH's down 10% after the merge. Okay, maybe I was wrong about September, but there's still 2 weeks left, right? There's still 2 weeks left. So we'll see if the first move off a big news event is right or wrong. And, I know it sucks to lose money trading, but here's the deal. If ETH goes down in September, it makes ETH assets cheaper, like an Astrobot, right? Art and stocks are not correlated. So if everything goes to hell and it's 1929, I think art will hold its value. It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, if ETH goes down in September, it could mean an up October, November. We'll see. I was expecting epic upside this month. So are a lot of people, I guess. That's why it's down today. Now, we're also having a Bitcoin leverage purge. So this is futures open interest, right? Right. Cash margin. So, essentially levered futures players are puking Bitcoin. They're puking. So everyone is capitulating. Everyone continues to give up on crypto, right? So they're trading old news in legacy, and nobody believed in Vitalik, and Vitalik came through with flying colors. So like the last time ETH was down, I'm like, what is everyone doing selling crypto on top of the 2017 high? I've said this a couple times, and I don't mind saying it again. If you were at Bitcoin Miami in 2021 and you told people you were going to get another opportunity to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum on the 2017 high, the answer you would have gotten is unequivocally, I would sell my house to buy crypto at those prices. Okay. And of course, I thought to myself that if Bitcoin and Ethereum ever went back down there, you would probably be too scared to do it, or there may be no bid for your house. In this case, it appears to be both. But again, who is selling crypto on the 2017 highs? Crazy. Okay, and that is the more humble version of the market update. So let's see what we got in the chat. Let's see if I'm facing any music here or what we got going. Okay, I'm going to leave the Astrobot Society, an NFT page on OpenSea up while we do this. Okay. So some people are saying ETH is more centralized now. Okay. Some people are saying, hit the like button, please do. Right. Uh, you know, ETH is going to be bullish either way. East Tennessee, Lawn Shark is here. Welcome. Okay. Some people are like really partying astronauts. Bill, the longer we range around 19K, the more likely it goes down. Okay. There are a lot of people saying that 19 and 20K is the new 6K from 2018, where the market hung around 6K and everyone thought that was the bottom. And then there was some huge capitulation lower. Look, my view on the Fed and inflation may be different from what actually happens. So I know it's shocking, but there can be limits to the crystal ball. Again, as a technical analyst, it's support until it isn't. Okay. So somebody is thankful and glad that we're on the air, right? Somebody's got Ashabot 399. Okay. Joseph is saying there's a bounce in the market now. Okay. Daniel says build to the rescue. Okay. Okay. So somebody says, when are these streams going to Ashabot holders and TM customers only? I thought they were going to be gated now. Okay. So we are going to be delivering premium content to these groups. Okay. We are live on YouTube today because of the ETH merge. Rest assured, I worked out the content strategy with our producers right before we went on the air. So rest assured that anybody who bought an Astrobot will definitely get the value that they were promised. This is just a special ETH merge live stream. Now, Strictly Sports says the ETH merge was priced in, that was the rally from 800 to 1600. And you know what? If the market's down 20% today, if ETH is down 20% today, then he was right. He's right. Right? Like my GAN bet was for September. And then if it turns out to be Rectember, then I eat humble pie and I come back for October, November. I think the point is I still believe in crypto, right? Because I think central banks and governments have screwed up so bad that the value proposition for crypto and crypto research is epic. Okay. Somebody's saying, love this channel. We appreciate you, right? Someone else is looking at Algorand and somebody else likes intellectual honesty. Yeah, folks, we pride ourselves on this channel and at Tokenmetrics being like, look, we thought September was going to be huge. If it's not huge, then this is our alternative backup plan. I don't think you can get too excited because, again, the first move off a big event frequently can be wrong. We'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, again, who is going to sell ETH with a 1400 handle? I'm not. All right. So somebody's saying they're buying more when the market is down. All right. So let's go to live TA here and see what we have. So this is a 4-hour chart of ETH. It's pretty busy. This is my accumulation cone, which I've talked about in prior streams. So definitely would encourage you to go back and watch those videos about what a market does and how it consolidates before a potential parabolic comes. So the 62% retracement of the move in ETH from 1,000 to 2,000 is about 1,400. So if today is the ETH give up trade, like remember the give up trade in Bitcoin where I'm like, hey, 18K Bitcoin giving up. Then Bitcoin was up 10% 2 days later. This could be the ETH give up trade where everybody goes, oh, I want it to be long and then I'm giving up because I didn't get immediate gratification the second after the merge. Ridiculous. Okay. If they want to take it lower today, I'm going to buy some. That's all I can tell you. Like, I'm going to buy ETH if it goes down, right? If ETH crashes, then I lose money, right? I think you can buy ETH as it goes down because it's either going to turn around and rip to the upside between now and the end of the month, or, you just try to like dollar cost average looking for a better October and November. I still am not giving up on September, right? That's right. Crypto Stacker is like, hey, man, September just started. We're only halfway in, so don't panic. Now, I don't know if I got this into the PowerPoint, let me just check something for 1 second, right? Because I have a really interesting piece of trivia that I wanted to share with you, okay, about where ETH is relative to where ETH opened the month. Okay. So let's talk about Vegas. Let's say you went to Vegas and somebody offered you odds that the day after the Ethereum merge, Ethereum would basically be unchanged. Okay. So let's go to this little live TA thing right here. So here is the September monthly candle in Bitcoin. The monthly open in Bitcoin, I'm sorry, in Ethereum, the monthly open in Ethereum was 1554. Let me just label this as ETH monthly. Okay. So right now, ETH is trading $50 below where it opened in September. Now, if you'd gone to Vegas and you had bet that the day after the ETH merge, that ETH would be trading at almost exactly where it was at the start of the month, and you would have said absolutely no way, that ETH would either be massively higher or massively lower. And everybody's all upset today about what? ETH is unchanged for the month. Okay. Let me go to Bitcoin. I have a much cleaner looking Bitcoin chart. Okay. Bitcoin is also unchanged for the month. Seriously. So let me ask you this as I look for the chart. What is everybody so upset about? Really? Like, okay, the merge came out, it went down. There's a lot of volatility, but people get shaken out of ideas for no reason, right? All right, so let me kill some of this noise here. So I couldn't find my clean Bitcoin chart. Okay, and here's the candlestick coming right up, drum roll, for the Bitcoin monthly chart. Okay, I mean, can you even see it? Yeah, there it is. Right. So Bitcoin opened the month at 20,048, right? Bitcoin right now is at 19,800. In other words, there's been all this gymnastics in the market and nothing has happened. Nothing versus where it closed this month. So it's like, oh my God, the ETH merge. It's the earth-shattering event of all time. Okay. Right. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll be 20% lower 2 days from now. And this won't be a good idea. But if ETH is still where it was at the start of the month, what has changed other than the fact that the merge went off as smooth as glass? Something to consider. Now, let's talk about something that I think really matters that I discussed with our premium group yesterday. The United States Army is 25,000 soldiers short of its recruiting goals, which is a really bad statistic, considering that, you know, our enemies are, let's say they're pressing their agenda. Now, if we have to put soldiers on food stamps, how does hiking rates, like, yes, okay, I get it. The Fed has to fire the bazooka, right? All of the higher labor and input costs are being passed through. So service economy, you know, even jobless claims are falling because I think people are out there getting second jobs, right? So in a world where everyone's got to get a second job to survive, in a world where we have to give soldiers food stamps, how does hiking rates stop this? How does hiking rates make it so that, you know, people get cheaper food? Food is a supply side phenomenon. Seriously, it's a supply issue. So what's Powell going to do? Raise rates until nobody can afford food, therefore demand for food goes down, therefore food gets cheaper? Like, they've taken the funds rate from 0 and it'll probably wind up at like 3.5%. Okay. That on a percentage basis, that's a big move. And all it's going to take is one thing to crack. one junk bond, one company, one energy company, one headline after the Fed gets done talking tough, which again could be why people are bailing now. But again, they have told you this. They have also told you, and it's on my Twitter, that they're monitoring developments overseas. Fed tightening beyond the bazooka in September makes the depression in Europe worse. So can you remind me again why everybody is selling crypto? Unless it's like, miners getting out of positions or disappointed longs all puking out. The value proposition for crypto is still there. Like I want the ETH merge, right? After the ETH merge, I want it to be historic. I want it to be preserved, that I'm on here saying that after one of the most interesting events in the history of crypto that reduces the supply of ETH, everyone is selling when US soldiers are on food stamps. So let's raise rates even more. Let's raise rates on the soldiers' credit cards. How does that help us? It doesn't. Okay, Crypto Stacker sending us a shout out. Welcome. Okay, Village Cooking says Volcker wouldn't agree. Okay, so the flip side is I'm wrong, and they're going to raise rates to 8%. That they're just going to keep going. They're going to keep going until stocks, bonds, and everything crack. Dude, totally possible. Like I said, as a technical analyst, there's a limit on the Fed crystal ball, right? I can go with Gann. I can go with the charts that I have, right? But this idea that the Fed can just indiscriminately crush everything by raising rates to 8%, I'm not sure raising rates is helping inflation. Here's an example. So housing affordability, which by now you've heard, is at its worst point since 2008. So prices are way up, rates are way up, nobody can afford a house. So what do they have to do? They have to go rent. They have to go rent. And what do you think the people with rental properties are going to do, particularly since they're recovering from COVID where nobody paid rent for a year? They see you coming. They're like, oh, you can't afford to buy? Hi, come on in. We're raising prices 20%. The higher rates go, the higher rents go. Food and energy are supply issues. So yeah, you can take rates to 8%, but I'm arguing that, this may be a little bit different than in the 80s. Like Volcker took rates from 10 to 20%. He doubled the funds rate. Powell has more than doubled the funds rate, and he's got like certain parts of the economy this close to cracking. Now, if he's got to crack it, he's got to crack it. And I'm wrong about crypto. But what I'm not wrong about is the necessity to believe in crypto, to want to have crypto on, like, say, your crypto.com card. I was given Coinbase customer support grief. I'm trying to get my card activated, right? I can just tell you what I'm doing, right? I'm on a DEX taking some of this ETH, right? I got ETH, and then I'm taking some of the ETH and I'm doing a low cap play, right? It's just, this is my personal thing. This is my, I call it my 1000x, not investment advice, right? Been in crypto 4 years, and I finally found things that my brain can get wrapped around. You know about Zcash. I don't need to overshill that. But look at this. I left this up for a reason. We're going to hike rates and break our soldiers. Really? Okay. If that's what's going to happen and I'm wrong, I'm okay with being wrong. Now, let's go over here to something that's really interesting. Okay. There's an NFT coming out, and this whole idea, okay, that they are going to do an NFT around art, and our premium and VIP customers have been asking about this. It looks like they want to do museum style art or some sort of metaverse where you get access, right? Okay, to a dimension parallel to our own, where art has influences on the matter and allows to open gates to other worlds. Wow, art and the economy is not correlated. Hey, now the market's picking up on this idea. Okay, so they want to sell you some cheap ETH. Okay, no problem. Long-term hodl, long-term diversification. If everything goes to hell in a handbasket, I'm still on board with art. Sorry. I mean, this is a statistical piece of analysis that art and stocks are not correlated. Okay. Right. Somebody says, get off the chat and smash the like button. Well, you can definitely stay on the chat, but we would appreciate it if you did smash the like button. Now, let's go to live TA. Okay. Oh, Iron Allen is saying, is a government default even possible in the US? Ooh. Let me tell you a story. I'm going to look for Solana here while we're at it, because I think looking at some of the layer ones now that the big heave is over might be worth it. Solana is only down 2%. Did you know that in the city of Chicago, they are so strapped for money that you can commit seriously violent crimes now? You can commit seriously violent crimes, and there's no what they call bail. Like, you don't have to put up a sum of money to get out of jail. That sum of money basically is a very strong incentive to show up in court. Like, you commit a serious violent offense, you come in, they take your picture, maybe you leave with an ankle bracelet, but you don't have to pay any money. It's called bail, because they can't process people in the system. I mean, seriously, people are talking about Chicago turning into the Purge movie, because that city's got a lot of violent crime as it is, right? Because I used to live there, and Chicago has like the north side where a lot of the wealth is, and the south side where there isn't a lot of wealth. So, one side of town crosses over into the other side of the town with, violent crime basically authorized by no bail. That's the government default in the United States. Also, you have to remember that an election is coming up, and we're not exactly a united country. Okay. So Solana actually up for the month, right? Where are things on monthly charts after the merge? Okay. Now, the other thing you want to ask, okay, which, is obviously not so hot today, is where are things relative to their 60-day moving average? Now, Solana tried to break out along with the whole rest of the market. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And then it failed. I'm looking at Solana and Cardano. I think this Solana phone could be the real deal. If you're going to incentivize me to have a phone, right? You're going to incentivize me to have a phone that I can get airdrops, and the airdrops will pay for the phone. I think that's interesting. Solana is very hated, but post-merge, if Solana is not falling apart, I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting. ApeCoin, let's go to maybe an 89-minute chart. It's kind of interesting that, ApeCoin is holding the 62% retracement of its recent up move. Whoops, let me get to this 4-hour chart here, right? 62%, 490. Again, Bored Ape, Metaverse, art. Everybody's selling today for what? Seriously, if you asked everybody, why are they all selling today? Well, maybe they thought it was going to go up a lot, and it did, so they sold it. Okay, I get that. Maybe miners heaved it, and that triggered everyone else's stops. Okay. Crypto Stacker saying, thank you. No, sir, thank you for supporting us. Okay. When will people purge on the government? Okay. Well, when people purge on the government? When crypto indiscriminately moves. That's when. Right? Like, people think that, it's a zero-sum game where, it has to be like the French Revolution where everyone's out with the guillotine. No. Okay. It's the day when crypto becomes real. Schwab, all these big legacy institutions, they're bringing crypto exchanges online. They're giving people access to crypto. You want to sell your crypto? No problem. The legacy institutions will take it all. They'll take it all. Matter of fact, don't doubt, that just occurred to me, don't doubt that, like Chainlink's only down 2%. Cardano's only down 2%. Maybe all the selling is some big player going, okay, let's hit it and try to hoover up everybody's ETH cheap. Okay, maybe, right? In other words, the merge is young. Okay, Polkadot, Cosmos is where the move is, right? Cosmos already up 5% today, last I looked. Okay, Polkadot hanging around at 7. So maybe I'm getting a little bit dogmatic. Jose, you're welcome, right? Danny B is like Astrobot, sir. Okay. CarMax is saying Gensler is in front of Congress right now. Okay. Well, he's in front of Congress saying whatever he has to say because of all the men behaving badly incidents that occurred around Celsius and Three Arrows Capital. Okay. So Gensler has to say something, but, since when does what the SEC, it's not a shock that the SEC does not like crypto. What the SEC doesn't like is you have to assume that to a certain degree that they want to do their job, right? I don't think they wake up every day and say, let's get crypto. Some guys do. Maybe Gensler does. Who knows? But they want to do their job and protect people. And clearly, the fact that some of these institutions could just indiscriminately lie to people, that's bad news. I'm not in favor of indiscriminately lying to people. Okay, so I guess it depends on how you draw this Cosmos trend line. Okay, this is a little bit creative because what I'm doing is I'm connecting some of like here's a red candle just for like this is total freestyle. Here's a red candle, and I'm connecting that to a puke here, and I connected it to another puke here. Right now, you had all this go on, right? Below the trend line, faking people out, stopping people out. But look what happened with Cosmos when it got back down near the trend line, man. They just took it from you and be like, okay, you want to sell? No problem. Okay, let's go to the bond market. Because, everybody's hysterical about inflation, ironically, except the bond market. So on a weekly chart, right, I had 3.5% as the upside target on a weekly. So this is the U.S. long bond, okay, on a weekly basis. So it's the interest rate that helps create the 30-year mortgage rate. And that is now exactly where it was at the crypto bottom in 2018. So 3.5% long bond, and everybody is selling everything. When in 2018, the 3.5% long bond was exactly when you should be buying everything. So I could be wrong. Crypto could go down 20% in my face, but you'll forgive me if I look at this chart and go, you know what? I don't believe this. I don't believe that, the Fed can hike rates after September, but all that does is make the problem down the line worse. Like, I know somebody in the market who's saying negative rates in the US by the 2024 election, the presidential election. 2 years from now, rates in the US will be negative. So when the Fed gets done jamming rates higher and stuff crumbles, it's going to crumble. Well, now, I don't know what that means for crypto out 2 years, the crystal ball. I'm trying to get it to work for September, October, November, and December, right? But I just feel like the value proposition for crypto has never been stronger, right? ETH is proof of stake now. Okay. Somebody picked up VeChain today. Okay. Somebody likes this long bond chart. Now, PAX Gold TA. You know what? How about it? Let's take a look at this. So, of course, it's dollar up forever. Pretty hard to argue against the dollar. Okay. Gold makes a new low today, like massively pukes out. Let's see if there's any Fibonacci significance to where gold is. Okay. So gold may be headed for 1619. Okay. Or gold is going to hold at 1669. I would imagine the key pivot for gold is 1669. Right. I have such a hard time giving up on precious metals at these levels. But, I have to accept the fact that the market is telling you that the dollar is going up massively. And fading that has not gotten you anywhere. So I get it. And I think gold is a long-term play. PAX pukes itself out. Okay. So you have a big new low in PAX. And the question is, if we look at an 89-minute chart of PAX, the question is, we've seen this before, is this a give-up trade? Is that a give-up trade? Let's bring up another give-up trade. Let's look at an 89-minute chart of Bitcoin 2 days ago, or however many days ago. This is from September 6th. So here's the give-up trade in Bitcoin. Like basically huge candle down only. Here's PAX. Okay. 2 big candles down only. They're giving up. I mean, yeah, nothing trades good at a bottom. Nothing looks good at a bottom. Nothing. So if the inflation number comes out or Jerome Powell comes out and says, he comes out in like a Paul Volcker mask and says, we will crush you, and I pity the fool that gets in my way. Don't fight the Fed. But the more they do now, the worse it is later. And I can stop sharing so I can maybe navigate over to my Twitter, right? Where people are probably hating on me for saying I bought spot ETH 2 days ago. I did. I paid $1,600 because I thought it was just going to go, period. I thought it was absolutely going to go. And I still believe in BTFD. Okay, we all know what that means. Okay, here we go. Here's what you need to know about the Fed. I'm sorry. Fed Governor Brainerd, we are highly attentive to events abroad, right? We are highly attentive to events abroad. Everybody is not used to the Fed sending subtle signals. This is why the long bond the interest rate has stopped going up, because the Fed is telling you that higher rates in America do not help a depression in Europe. They don't. They absolutely do not. So I go back to the case for crypto. Now let's go back. Okay, so Crypto Stacker is asking, Bill, are physical metals a good idea? Right. Here's what I tell people about, say, diversification in your personal foreign exchange. People think diversification is stocks, bonds, gold, I don't know, commodities, crypto, whatever. I think all that stuff moves in the same direction, and diversification is a joke, right? A portfolio of 60% stocks and 40% bonds, you got wrecked this year. You got wrecked. Now, here's what I think diversification really means. When you have cash, right, you want to have the dollar, the Swiss franc, you want to have sterling, you want to have Bitcoin, you want to have Ethereum, you want to have PAX or some gold instrument like a gold stock or something that can't be manipulated like GLD or a gold futures contract, right? You want to have physical metal, okay? All right. You want to have crypto in your MetaMask, crypto on a, thumb drive, right? A cold wallet. You want to have crypto diversification. Like the next layer down is, of course, crypto diversified, right? And you also want to have art. Like nobody thinks of art as an asset class. So when it comes to diversification, is how are you diversifying your cash? Fiat currencies that you don't think are garbage, right? If you can find one, right? Maybe it's the dollar. Bitcoin, right? Big cryptos that you think are going to be there for the next cycle, right? It's diversification across the foreign exchange universe. Back in the day, foreign exchange, the desks, the trading desks at Wall Street used to be the fiat desks, and they used to be gold and silver, and they were all together, right? It's the same thing today. So if they're giving up in gold, they're giving up in ETH, they're giving up in Zcash, excellent, excellent. When people give up and it looks terrible, because it does look terrible. Like if you go to a, say you go to a 1 week chart in PAX, right? I mean, that pretty much looks horrible, right? They're killing it. And can you even draw a supportive trend line? Well, actually, wait, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's see if we can figure out if PAX is making a bottom or not. And maybe we can go back and do this for spot gold and maybe even ETH. I forgot about this. Okay. Okay. So support in PAX is at 1618 if they really give up. So that's the weekly chart. Let's try a 4-hour chart. Sometimes these hidden pivot levels, they're better to do them on intraday charts than weekly charts. Kind of like this structure, maybe. Let's see what they give you. Okay, so on this, PAX went, way beyond what we would have thought, confirming the idea that, PAX maybe can puke down to 1642. Again, when they're giving up, they're giving up. Okay, the idea is gold kind of went on a delay where gold and Bitcoin sort of fell victim to the dollar. And I continue to say, when do you want to buy stuff? Okay. So Crypto Stacker saying Peter Schiff lost his bank. Why gold? Okay. So I think gold as just a part of diversification, because I think you're going to wake up in 3 months and you're going to have 5 to 6% inflation and a Fed that's unable to tighten massively because it'll destroy the economy. So is gold the trade for today? No. Right now, they're giving up in gold. But the case for gold is the same as the case for crypto, the same as the case for ETH, the same as the case for Bitcoin. Now, I know Peter Schiff's like, oh, I hate crypto and all this stuff. That's stupid. I've always thought these guys who think, oh, crypto is stupid. I'm a gold guy. I'm smarter than you. Okay, well, those guys have been humbled. And the gold bugs have been driven insane ever since gold topped in 2011. Just insane. They've been pushed out of the trade and it just won't happen. Okay. I don't hate the gold guys. I actually think the case for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the case for gold are tied together. And if you ever woke up one day and gold was at $4,000 an ounce, can you imagine where the associated cryptos like Bitcoin, PAX, and all that, where would all that stuff be? The day everybody wakes up and goes, fiat's no good. So when I talk about gold, it's almost evergreen. It's almost evergreen, right? Because again, they're killing it today. On what? On old news about the Fed. What's new news about the Fed is that inflation may persist, okay? And they may not be able to do the tightening that they want to do. They may not be. Like if people start going bankrupt and things blow up, there's going to be a limit. Now, can they push it till it goes over the edge like Volcker? Yeah. But when you have a world addicted to printed money, right? When you pull that sugar hard, you're going to have a much bigger reaction. I mean, check what Ray Dalio is saying about interest rates. Okay. Okay, yeah. People, San Paulo is here. Okay, let's take a look at Raven. I absolutely like I remember this back in the day. Like I actually worked with an analyst who wrote about Raven, right? That this thing was about the tokenization of everything, right? That Raven was supposed to be tokenized real estate, tokenized everything, right? They must have redone the contract. So let's just go back and see what we're working with. So, Raven essentially went back to its previous fourth. So there's a lot of resistance in Raven at 0.07, and it looks like it's coming off. So I think with this, like ETH went down, Raven went up, and I really like Raven. I really have always liked the value proposition, but you haven't been able to talk about it because it's dead. Okay. But you have to ask yourself, right? The first trade is always the wrong trade. So they probably mooned Raven. And if you like it, you might be able to buy a dip because remember, it's not a bull market until you can buy a dip and make money. Okay. If the Feds drop 1%, thoughts on the market, DCA mania time. Okay. So the Fed has told you that they're firing the bazooka in September. I mean, that is as clear as day. And you know what? If they did 100 basis points, it would actually be good for the markets because it's like they drop the hammer and they have to chill out before the election. Because I think if the Fed is doing stuff around the election, I'm having a really hard time seeing the Federal Reserve jamming mortgage rates higher right before an election. Normally, the Fed wants to stay out of elections. We've got enough divisiveness in the U.S. economy as it is. So if they fired the 100 basis point bazooka, okay, that might create another negative reaction. The market isn't seeing it the way I'm seeing it, where I'm looking out into the future. I thought we were going to trade the future in September. So maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm early. But I think this live stream and this content where we're either saying ETH's going to turn around and smoke during September, or if this whole subdued, ETH disappointment, worry about the Fed, blah, blah, blah trade persists, good. Then they're going to spend the whole fourth quarter rallying because I continue to believe that the case for crypto and the case for art is there. So we have Routine Cheese in the house, right? Sorry, I'm late. Too late to buy post-merge ETH dump. No, it's not. I think there's support at 1400, and I have I have no idea who is selling ETH on top of the 2017 high. I don't get it. Now, whether I'm right about the September rally or not, okay. Today I'm like a James Bond martini. I'm shaken, not stirred. I'm like, wow, down 10%. Yikes. All right. But I'm just not giving up on the view. It's a question of timing, right? It's either going to be a massive October, right? Honestly, it's either going to be a massive October or we're going to have a huge 2-week rally in September. In some ways, I didn't think about that. I was like, wow, September is going to be big. Wow. Okay. Well, if the September is not big, then maybe that sets up a bigger October. I would love that. Okay. So when we're looking at ALCX, right? It's tough to find support. I mean, support is right here, but they've been down here 3 times around 21. Now, as I have said, post-merge, every coin is not going to win. And Ashton is reminding everybody that the best trades are the hardest trades. Okay. That's true, right? It's a hard trade to want to come in and get long when it's cascading lower. Exactly. Who is selling ETH at 1420? I am buying ETH at 1420 or 1400 something, right? As money comes in, right? I see ETH at 14 something or below that, I'm buying it. That's what I can tell you. I've already got it and I'm just going to get more. It's actually, it's ironic. It's not investment advice to show or tell people what you're doing. It's not. That's what I'm doing. Kind of ironic that Coinbase, right? The proverbial whipping boy on the way down, unless my screen is broken, is actually green on the day. And it's above its 60-day exponential moving average. It's like, do my eyes deceive me? Okay. HUT is still down. Okay, let's see what MicroStrategy is doing. MicroStrategy couldn't get back above its 60-day, and he's increasing supply. You know, I probably may have to do some historical analysis on when the last time Bitcoin or ETH was down 10% and Coinbase actually finished up, right? The first trade off any type of news event is frequently wrong, okay? At what ETH and BTC levels do we get to the chopper? Okay. Well, I think I told you 19,000 in Bitcoin is the level. You know, in ETH, okay, I would imagine in ETH, if you start seeing it below, say, 1397, right? Like if you got a hard break of 1400, you know, that might be an indication that you got a problem. You know, if I could give you another level, you know, the probably the bigger get to the chopper level, honestly, is 1321, because you never know. They're going to run stops over this, like the stops that they're running now. Okay, let's take a moment to review. Today was the live stream off the ETH merge. Okay, wait, before I do that, okay, QNT for a loyal reader. QNT, a payment system, okay, that's holding the 38% retracement. Again, the use case for the use case for crypto has never been stronger. And after the ETH merge, you're going to see things emerge that will reflect this theme. So let's sum it up for the live stream for the Ethereum merge on September 15th. Okay. Everyone gave up on crypto right as crypto reached its grand crescendo moment, right? At the moment where crypto had its finest hour, the first reaction was to sell. I hope someone finds this 10 years from now and laughs. Okay. Art and stocks, art and the economy are not correlated. So cheap ETH and cheap art makes sense from a diversification point of view, not investment advice. Okay. Now, if you're afraid of more downside, as somebody just reminded me, the best trades are the toughest trades, particularly if you got caught off guard today. That happens, right? Sometimes you have to be brave in the face of the prospect of being wrong. Okay, you can't be afraid to be wrong in crypto because of the volatility. What you have to be afraid of is giving up on crypto and yourself. 19,000 in Bitcoin, 1,400 in ETH as important levels. Okay, stay focused on the importance of crypto. An up September would be in line with our forecast. Okay, if they're afraid of the Fed and it's a down September, then I think that sets up a positive October and November. We'll see if the crystal ball is still crystal. Okay, this is the market update. Okay, I'm your host, Bill Noble. I will see you next time and in the Astrobot Discord.